Hi, my name is Festus Odije Erewele. I'm always excited doing this, and today there's not going to be an exception. We'll be looking at something very instructive, something interesting, and that's talking about time management. In 2011, I was in the training section, precisely Igomu, First Bank Training School, and the excitement of seeing some people the first time and some certainties, were still exchanging pleasantries even when the lecture had started. And to draw my attention, the facilitator of the class just looked at me and said, "Hey, you, stand up." And I stood up, and she asked me a question. And she said, "What is time? Define time." As simple as that question is, it took me unawares. And there are some certain things that happen to you that you don't know, you really don't know, or you think you know, and only to find out that you don't know. And so I searched for answers while I was standing until I looked at my watch to see if it could give me the definition of time. Somehow I managed to scale through. Can't remember what my answers were, but I just managed to say something that defined time. What is time? We see it every time. We walk with it every time. We talk about it every time. But how many of us understand what time is and whether it can be managed or not? Time is a measurement of intervals between events. They could be material or immaterial. But something very important that we should know is that there are two types of time: the real clock time and the mind time, which is the real time. The clock time cannot be managed because there's nothing you can do about it. You can't stop it. It's unstoppable. It just keeps ticking. It keeps moving. In fact, it's impossible to stop time. And that time cannot be managed for anything. But the other one, the real time, which is the mind time, is the one that you can play with. Even though you really cannot still stop it, but you can manage it. And so some of the times I talk to MDs or CEOs of company and they say, "Teach us or tell us about time management." Hear the truth and hear it now. Time can really not be managed because it can be stopped. The only thing that happens to time, and when we talk about time management among business owners or CEOs, this is a masterclass, is knowing that there is a purpose, there are priorities, and then there are allotment of time. If you do not have a purpose as an MD CEO, it will be difficult to create priorities. Priorities tell us that this is what I am supposed to do, and this is what is less important that shouldn't be taking my time before you now start allotting time. My friend Linus Okore will say something that I always like. He said, when a man does not have a purpose of waking up, sleeping becomes interesting. Time management has to do with you knowing what the things that you need to do first. And that's why we're talking about priorities. If you do not have priorities, coming to work becomes even a waste of time. Sometimes it beats my imagination to find out that some people actually go to work without really knowing what the day's activities are like. You allow the day to define you. And when such things happen, you are nothing but a time waster. Because truly time waits for no man. And if you are that man that has been looking for how to manage time, allow me to bring you back to reality. Begin to define purpose for yourself and for your business. And when this is done, start allotting this time because they are not yours. You can't manage them, but you can manage your priorities and you can allot your purpose based on the time that is available to you. I hope you got something very interesting out of this. In our next episode, we'll be talking about something different. Make sure that you keep subscribing and tell others about it. In this CEO Masterclass, we just make sure that you get some value in exchange for being a subscriber. See you in the next episode. Thank you.